The greatest weapons in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker, what are they and where can you get them? Today we're going to be doing a tier list for all the weapons in Shinobi Striker. Let's go. Starting off with the healers, we have the Bone Sword, which you can pick up from 1010 occasionally when it's in the shop. It is not in the shop currently as I'm making this video. It is the Maru Bone Sword. This has similar combos as the Sewing Needle. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in B because of the animation, and also I do like the aura around it. It has a purple one, and it's really fast. Next up, we have the Itachi Anbu Blade, which I highly recommend that you do pick it up. It has crows around it. I'm also going to throw this in good because it has the long sword or ninja sword combos, ninja sword for healers. It has the pretty much the default healer combo. You can pick this up sometimes from the 1010 shop. All right. Next up, we have the Flamed Nine Tails Blade, which I would go ahead and throw it in B because it does have default combos, but it has a really cool animation as it is a flame sword. So I highly recommend if you ever see this in the 1010 shop in rotation, go ahead and grab it. Next up, we have the Sakura Naginata, which is sometimes in the 1010 shop, and you can grab that in rotation. I'm going to throw this in great because it was super unique when it came out. It has a unique light stun attack that you can do repeatedly. It also has a broken heavy attack. Overall, it's just a really great attack weapon that you can use for healers. Now, this has the same combos as the Sakura Naginata. This is the Umbrella. I'm going to have to throw this in good. And now you're probably wondering if it has the same combos as the Sakura Naginata. I'm putting it here in good because of the animation and how it looks. Now, that may be a little bit weird, but this is my tier list. Let me know what you think down in the comments as well. The next up is the Seven Swordsman Sewing Needle that has a special heavy attack than the original. I'm gonna throw this in okay because I'm not a huge fan of the Sewing Needle, but I do like the heavy attack on that needle. You can sew up multiple people at once. All right, next up we have the Ninja Tool Umbrella. I actually really like it. I love the heavy attack on it. Pretty unique, and it has a 2-hit animation for that heavy attack. It also has the really great light attack stun and light attacks as a Sakura Naginata. This is going to be my most controversial pick right here. This is the second version of the umbrella for the healers. I'm going to have to put this in good. And you're probably wondering, I thought the purple one was better than the green one. In my opinion, I do not like the heavy attack with that umbrella. Most people would flip this and put the purple one in great and the green one in good. This is just my opinion. I don't like the purple one nearly as much. The Madara staff is really good. It has unique combos, but they are a tad bit slow, and you will not be able to do the light stun even though it has the same combos as the Sakura Naginata. It's just harder to do. I think the backhanded weapons for the healers are super unique and cool, especially with that heavy attack that you do a roundhouse kick. So I have to put in great, but they're not broken. They do have their limitations. Next up, we just have the regular old ninja sword. I'm going to put this in okay because it has no unique animations, and it's the default healer weapon in Shinobi Strikers. The famed blade Kurosawa, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's a really great weapon. I would put it in great, but that'd be a tad bit biased. I love running it. It has very unique combos, and you can be a samurai with this blade. I mean, what kind of content creator would I be if I didn't put Frying Pan in broken? I'm joking, of course. I'm gonna put Frying Pan in okay because, again, it has a shorter range than the ninja sword, even though it has the same combos. The only thing that is not so good is because the animation and the sound that it makes is really cool. Alrighty, so next up we have the knife, which honestly this is going to be the first D class that we have. The knife is just not that good. It has a very short range and it has pretty much default combos and no unique animations. Now you'll see some weapons will not be here because they have the same animations or they're recolors of other items. Next up is the regular Sewing Needle, which I'm going to go ahead and throw this in not so good. It's not really my favorite. It has no specialties and it has similar combos to other weapons on this list already. The Tobirama Ninja Sword is honestly one of my favorites because it's so aesthetically pleasing and it has the default sword ninja combos. I really do like the sword and how it looks, and I do enjoy the default ninja sword combos, so I'm gonna put it in good. The one-show bottle from the Tsunade DLC has the same combos as the famed sword, but I can give it good because of the short range that it has, because it's not as long as the Kurosawa blade. Next up, we have the Kakashi Anbu sword. Now this has a lightning release on it, which makes it really cool. It has the default ninja sword combos as well, so it has limitations, but it has cool animations with it. Some people are ride or die with the Tayuya Demon Flute. Me personally, I'm gonna have to throw it in okay. It has a cool animation and that's why I'm not putting it in not so good. I just personally don't really like the animations with it, and it seems like it's a bit shorter than most swords. All right, it's time to put the D in defense. Let's go with the long sword here. I think the long sword is a good weapon. It's solid. It is the most major vanilla weapon, but it's gonna set you up for all the combos, since all the defense weapons in Shinobi Strikers do the same combo as this. Actually, let's put it in okay. Let's put it in okay. Next up is the Samahata weapon. We're gonna go ahead and put this in okay as well. It is basic. It has no animations other than the basic. As soon as you log into the game, you can grab this sword. It's not too flashy. It does a little bit of damage. We'll talk about some other swords with the same combo. You have to put a scythe in good because it's a freaking scythe, right? I feel like the scythe is the most unique. It has the same longsword combos, and it just aesthetically looks the best. My opinion. Next up, we have the fan. This is just a regular fan without Tamari, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this in okay. It has the fan combos. It has a little bit of longsword combos. It's okay. It does what it does. All right, next up we have the paddle. Now the paddle is a random rotation weapon that you'll get. I'm gonna put it in okay because it's literally a paddle and it has the same fan combos. All right, so next up we have the toad pipe here. We have the pipe that Jiraiya gives you. It has the longsword combos, and it just overall looks pretty cool, so we're gonna put it in good. Next up we have the Hashirama longsword. Everyone uses this if they're a scrimmer. It's honestly the best looking weapon for defenses other than the one that's up next. The demon slaying sword here from the Zabuza DLC. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in good as well. It has a red animation on it, which looks really unique. It even has the same combos as the longsword, which is the default for almost every Shinobi Striker defense weapon. I'm sorry, but Chocolate Glizzy is going in not so good. I don't like that weapon, even though it has the longsword combos. It's really weird. I don't even know why they put that in the game. The broom is one of the worst looking weapons in Shinobi Striker history, so we're gonna put it in not so good. It has the similar fan combos as well. Next up is the twin Hikiri weapons, or however you pronounce it. I'm gonna throw these in good because it does have similar longsword combos, but it has a unique heavy attack that will do a spin, and some people actually know how to literally infinite with that weapon, which is really cool. Honestly, it has a really cool animation as well. I like it, so I'm gonna throw it in good. Justice for the Kage Masa sword here. It has really good heavy attacks. It has a sky heavy that's unique, also a ground heavy that is really unique, and really a cool super armor move that is the heavy attack as well, and it has similar longsword combo. Not one of the more aesthetically pleasing to look at, but the ink brush is basically a longsword replica that has a unique design to it. All right, next up you have the chocolate marshmallow, which is a scythe combo weapon but with a unique design. I'm gonna throw that in not so good because imagine you just rolling around with a chocolate marshmallow. This is the blast sword, and not the Shibuki replica, but the actual blast sword. I think this has a really cool heavy attack that allows you to blow people up and break guards pretty easily, so I'm gonna throw it in good. It does have its limitations as well though. Even though I really do like the Adamantium staff in the anime, it just looks overall pretty clunky in Shinobi Strikers and not really unique in any shape or form, and has longsword combos, so that's going against it. Even though it has an animation and a different design, I don't really like it. All right, next up we have the Madara fan. I'm gonna put Madara's fan in good above the regular fan because it has a unique design, and it's Madara's fan. Like, it has really cool combos. The fan has unique combos, and it's Madara's fan, my guy. Now this is Obito's, I don't even know how to pronounce that, but it's the DNA strand looking weapon. I'm gonna throw it in okay because I don't like the Samahata weapon combos. I know some people ride or die with it. I am not one of them. Next up we have the blue moon sword. Now this weapon is not very good in combat, but it is ridiculously OP for base and flag. So I'm going to put it in great. And honestly, that's a good place for it because broken is absolutely, there's no counter to it. Now there is a counter to the blue moon sword. It is not that great in combat, so keep that in mind. Next up we have the purple moon sword, which I don't think is nearly as good as the blue moon sword. So I'm gonna throw it in good because there is a bit of a drop off there. It has a different heavy attack, and I don't necessarily like that, but I do like its light attack more than the blue moon sword though. The swirling scythe is really not that good. The animations are really slow, and honestly, I'm gonna be a 100 with you. It's overall takes all the good things away from the regular scythe and puts it into this weapon. So overall, we're gonna put it at C. Rhapsody weapons are pretty unique in the heavy attack, but it has similar moon sword combos. So I'm gonna go with the heavy, and I'm gonna throw it in okay. I would like to put it in not so good because of the slow animation, but it is what it is. Next up is the Tamari fan from the Tamari DLC. Now I'm going to throw this in good. It has a super cool heavy attack that throws out air bullets, which I think is really unique. Hate them or love them, attacker is either your favorite role or your least favorite role. So we're going to start off with the Burning Sun. The Burning Suns are kind of mid, so I'm going to put them in okay. I could put them in not so good. The slow animation with the heavy is kind of not my thing. Also, I do like the light attack and the spinning heavy though. I don't even know why these are on here, but these are trick or treat like punch gloves. I'm gonna put them at not so good. They're basically just boxing gloves, but they have a weird animation and they're absolutely huge. Like they literally take up your whole arm. Next up, we have the violent gauntlet looking things. I'm gonna put these in okay. I've used them before and they were actually pretty fun to use. They just didn't do too much and it was hard to hit some of those heavy attacks that make it so good. So I'm gonna put it in okay. And I would put it like a C+, honestly, maybe a B-. The Thunder God boxing glove and scientific ninja things, I think I'm gonna put them in good. Now this might be a tad bit controversial. Some people ride or die with these. Personally, I really like the heavy attack that basically does like a green flash type animation. So I'm gonna put it in good just for that reason. The Chaos bases are kind of cool, right? I'm gonna put them, well, maybe. I'm gonna put them in okay. I think they're decent enough. They're not really anything special. So let me know what you think down in the comments below about those. I'm kind of iffy about them. I haven't used them too much, so I can't accurately rate them. But once I've seen them and fought against them, they're not anything crazy. So this is basically kind of like a replica of the healer back-handed weapons that we got, and I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm gonna put them in not so good. Some people rock with them. I've never really seen anyone do anything crazy with these. I have been proven wrong many of times, so if you like them, cool. Me personally, not so much. You're probably looking at this little box here and be like, hey, HD, you didn't put anything in there. Did you mess up the screenshot? No, this is hand-to-hand, so there's invisible. So I'm gonna go ahead and put hand-to-hand and actually good. The combos are really nice, even though it is the basic of the basic. It has really good combos, especially for those beginners. Here's the replica of the awesome ninja knives. So we're just gonna call these the ninja knives. We're gonna put these in okay. There's nothing too spectacular about them. They don't do anything unique. They're just kind of there, if that makes sense. What ninja doesn't need brass knuckles off the start? I feel like if you are beating people's heads in, you gotta have the brass. No, I'm joking. We're gonna put these in not so good. There's nothing really crazy about them. If you use them, great for you, my guy. Me personally, not using them anytime soon. They have some unique combos, just not for me. And the season 1 claws, no, not even the season 1, the original claws, the original attack meta. We're gonna have to put these in great. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of claw combo for attackers. They have a great heavy attack and it has a huge range, and then your light attack, so chef kiss. There's nothing wrong with these. They're just not broken. That's why we have nothing in broken yet. Next up, we got the Mike Tyson biting the ear off gloves, the great old-fashioned whoop whoop wop wop. I'm just kidding. The boxing gloves, they're pretty cool, but they're not my thing, so I'm gonna put them in okay. The combos are kind of whack. You can do an infinite kind of, sort of. Again, don't use them. The awesome knuckle knives, the greatest weapon in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. They're going in broken because of the heavy attack, and if you use certain things, you can do an infinite and delete somebody's health bar. So we have to put them in broken still to this day, even after the nerf. I hate them so very much. If you know, you know. I got sold one time with awesome knuckle knives live on stream, and to this day, I hate them. We are at the part of the video where we're going to talk about chakra claws. Don't click on the video. Listen, chakra claws have the infinite triangle of death, the infinite heavy attack, whatever you want to call them. They are going in broken. They are the most annoying thing to fight, but also you can fight back as well with the other chakra claws. Yes, Sirski, the blue ones are also going in broken. The 3 attack weapons are the only thing that are broken in Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Strikers, because Shinobi Strikers caters to attack types, and if you don't think so, you, sir, are part of the problem. Last but not least for the attack weapons, the red swallow these nuts. Oh, I'm just joking. All right, we're going to put these in good. They're really unique, and I love the heavy attack. They also have some similar awesome knuckle knives techniques, which is really cool. But I really do like that heavy attack. It's not overpowered. It's kind of well balanced, kind of like the Goldilocks of attack weapons. The grand favorite, the fan favorite range here, we're going to go with the Minato's, what are these called? I don't know, kunais. We're going to put them in okay. There's nothing too grand about them, and no one really uses them. If you do, cool for you, my guy. The combos are pretty similar to many other weapons on this list. The candy apple weapons I have never actually used, so I'm going to put them in okay because I've never seen anyone really use them either, but I'm pretty sure they have the similar combos to the kunais, but I don't want to say that because I explicitly do not know. If there was a I can't rate this. I'm going to put it over here, but I've literally never seen anyone use these. The Sasuke Boruto weapon over here is basically the Kusanagi revamp. I'm going to put it in good because it has an animation, but it does have the unique default basic combo for Kusanagi. You're probably wondering why these kunais are red, and for some reason I do not have the regular kunai, so I had to take a screenshot of the red ones, but that's neither here or there. They are not so good because they just have regular combos and aren't really unique. These are a replica of basic size weapon, and they have similar combos to the kunai, so I'm gonna put them in not so good as well. Now this is called a chakra dagger, which you can get from 1010 shop. I'm gonna put this in not so good as well. It has regular combos and is kind of boring. Now this is gonna be a bit controversial, but the hidden killer bee weapons I actually kind of like because they do have some unique combos, and you can kind of get a little boxy-woxy with it with the combos. Now this Kusanagi's gotta go in good. It's the foundation for every ranged weapon that everyone uses. It's honestly what everyone uses in scrims and casual play. Whatever you're doing, they're most likely gonna give you a Kusanagi combo tutorial. These are the non-animated Kiba swords. They are trash, but I'm gonna put them in not so good. I feel like a lot of ranged weapons are not that great. The combos are kind of mid, and there's no really unique ones. This is the spatula. If you're using the spatula, I can't mess with you, man. The spatula is a little weird. I don't know why you would use that, Mr. SpongeBob looking at. It really seems like I'm hating on ranged weapons, but listen, I'm putting that in not so good because it's literally a dumpling. Who is fighting with a dumpling? Like, what are you doing? It's a basic combo. It has your own. What are you doing? Like, don't use that. Next up is the actual Kusanagi from Orochimaru. We're gonna throw that in good as well because it has a cool animation. It has the Kusanagi combos, and overall, it's just one cool looking blade. This is the rare Kakashi blade that you get at a 1010 shop. It has a unique animation to it, and I actually really like the combos of it. So I'm gonna put it in good. That's a little bit controversial. It's not used much, but I did a Kakashi kid video a long time ago, and I actually realized how good this combination would be, and it's really good with Swift Step. Even though these are the regular Kusanagi combos, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in great because honestly it has a unique design to it. It's the only weapon in this game per se that looks like two katana swords. I gotta give its credit where it is due. Based on looks alone, we're gonna throw these in not so good. It's the same Kusanagi combos, the same with the Chia blades, but all right, these are the Thundersword Kiba swords that do have the animation. They have some unique heavy attacks that I highly recommend that you do try. I'm actually gonna put this in good just based on the heavy attack that throws out lightning and the light heavy attack that does a spin. Before the patch, I'd put Shisui's katana in broken, but right now they patched it a little bit, so I'm gonna put in great. It still has that flaming kunai heavy attack that so many people like. With Swift Step, it's automatic and it tracks really well. Next up, we have the Bubble Buddy Pipe here. There is a really good point to put it at good. The combos are kind of weird, but the bubble is honestly OP. I could put it in great. It's just the combos without the bubbles are super weird, and the bubbles are a little bit slow, but it's so annoying to fight again. Next up, we do have the Lapras Fang. I'm gonna put the Lapras Fang in great because I do like the spamming version of the heavy attacks, and you can do multiple if you're in the air, and I honestly think the unique combinations with it are some of the best in Shinobi Strikers. They really took their time to practice the animations for this. My guys, we are finally done with the tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what else tier list that I should do for Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. All right, see ya.